everybody, and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Well, today we're going to be speaking all about the benefits of trying new things and why this actually makes you happier. Now, we've got some really lovely guests tonight who'll be sharing their experience about coming out of their comfort zone and how it's changed their life completely. We have Peter Baldock, who's a salsa teacher, and he's brought along one of his students, who's Ingrid Wasana. Did I get the name right, Ingrid?
Not
bad. Thank you. Well, it's not all about dancing, is it? Because we also have the lovely Seema Vaziri, who's a jewellery designer and maker, whose first collection became the best-selling range ever at the British Museum. And also later on, we're going to be featuring a different kind of restaurant that I went to with Barbara with a twist, because we also decided to try something different from the usual. So if you want to get in touch at any point during the show, if you'd like to tweet us, it's Chrissy B Show. If you'd like to email, it's chris@chrissybshow.tv. And you can also give us a call if you want. It's a live show on 020-7686-6300. What have you tried that's new that maybe has changed your life around? Was it nerve-wracking? Are you glad you did it? Do give us a call and let us know. So let's introduce our first guest. That's Peter and Ingrid.
Hi, Chrissy.
So nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
So you're both dancers. You're like, you're learning, you're
I'm a tango
newbie.
teacher.
Right.
And Ingrid is a sort of dance and fitness client.
Yes.
Long-term
Oh, you're a
fitness.
dancer. Everyone's a dancer, really. Everyone dance in your bedroom, you're a dancer. Yeah, exactly.
In my body.
Okay. So, Peter, tell us what you do, first of all.
Well, I teach dance and fitness full-time, mainly Argentine tango. That's my chosen specialist subject.
Yeah.
But I also do some work at children's nurseries, preschool. So mainly, though, group tango classes.
Yeah.
One-to-one or couple tango classes, or I can teach really any partner dance.
Okay.
So
Now, this wasn't always what you did, was it?
No, in my past I worked for Lloyds Bank before it was Lloyds and TSB. I was a financial advisor and hated it, but that paid for my dance hobby. But then I managed to turn my hobby, being a dance, that into my career.
How long were you actually in that job for?
10 years. I went from when I left school at sort of 18 to sort of 29. I worked for Lloyds Bank, and I was dancing as a hobby. And then I sort of took the plunge, cut my salary a bit, but lived sort of happily ever after, more or less.
That was quite a brave step, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, people thought it was crazy. Like, you're a financial advisor and you're going to be a dance and fitness instructor. Yes, but, you know, I wake up and I really look forward to my job. None.
Okay.
Never, really.
So tell us about the actual school itself, because Ingrid, you go there for...
Yeah. Well, I do all sorts of things. I do Zumba with Peter.
Yeah.
And then with another dance teacher, Jane Ruff.
Your resident fitness expert, who we love, Jane.
Yeah.
Who, see, it ties in a bit because
She's watching tonight, so she's
we love the laughter. Hi, Jane. We love you.
Can't wait to see you next week.
So Ingrid is a client of Jane.
Yeah.
But also she comes to my Zumba class, which is for Jane.
Yeah.
And today she's taken the plunge to talk about trying something new. She's actually tried tango.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes before the show, she's had about 20 minutes.
Now they're going to be very bravely going to be demonstrating a few moves for us. And Ingrid, I think you're so brave because you've only just learned a few steps, but it's good to actually show because already you've picked it up.
Because there might be people at home that are thinking...
If you fall, we have an outtake.
There might be people at home that are thinking, I'd love to try it. Oh my God, it might be scary. And we want those people to try it. If you try it, it's more likely to have a positive outcome than a negative outcome. If you don't try it, you'll be sitting there in a year's time. Oh,
you'll never know.
I should have tried that dancing
know.
thing, you know. And it's, you know, we can recommend great places for you to go all over London, where you'll be looked after, and it's very unlikely to have a negative outcome if you try it.
My sister she took up salsa a couple of years ago and she actually met her boyfriend there, her current boyfriend, so...
I've seen romances...
She wasn't expecting that.
No, but you know, I mean, there's not people, you know, meeting and marrying all the time, but I've been teaching dance now for 20 years and I have seen, one time my assistant, we were teaching tango, I'm from Birmingham, we were teaching tango to Argentinians. This gorgeous Argentinian guy came along. A year later, they started dating. They're now married with 2 children.
Oh, so cute. We should bring them on the show and talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about their story. So, Ingrid, you were into literature, weren't you? Something quite different.
I used to be a literary critic. I used to be a lecturer at Cambridge University. And basically, I left because I had children, but also because I wanted to write. So I had to take a very big plunge from a kind of career track job and then start again from scratch.
Something like that, because especially when mums, you know, they do take time off to have kids and everything, they find it quite difficult, and they maybe get quite unhappy because they've kind of feel like they've lost that kind of, you know, that security that they had, the thing that they enjoyed. But how did you deal with that?
Well, to start with, and then not so well, and then better again. So, because I left knowing that I wanted to write, and for a while I did. I moved to Australia and I wrote, and that was fine. But then I came back to the UK, and a writer's life can be a bit up and down in terms of earning money. So sometimes I've had to go back into work that I don't want to do, which always takes me away from the children. So I'm always kind of between work, writing, and children. It goes round and round and round. But a lot of that is turning into the book that I'm working on now. You see what I mean? And
are you going to include all the fitness stuff that you've been doing as well?
That was the revelation, that I decided I probably ought to do something about my fitness, having been so in my head for so many years. I thought, oh, I do have a body. It seems to have given birth twice. I ought to probably do something about it. The lower half is slightly saggy. So I went to Jane and started doing Pilates, but very quickly discovered that she offered dance classes, which I'd never ever done, and thought I couldn't do. And I don't think I am much better at the dance, but I just love to go. I have so much fun there.
You are good though. You keep saying you're not good. You're great. You're fantastic. A lot of people somewhere along the line have convinced themselves that they're not good at dancing. Now, I've got a couple. Their daughter's getting married in February, and both of them were convinced they were bad dancers, and neither of them is bad. They're both above, I'd say, above average. And actually, the lady who's in her 50s and fabulous, and I really wanted to carry on after the wedding because I see her as a little Latin siren in the making. She's a very technical learner. If I give her any technique, I call her a technique vulture. She sucks in technique. She can see the reason for it.
So people don't realise they have that talent until they try
a lot of people
something,
think they're never going to do it, and most people are better than they think.
What changes do you see, Peter, in people once they start doing something new like this?
It's confidence, physical confidence. There's the social aspect. You know, we go to places. We have little group outings to other tango places. People have a lady that comes along came to Jane, then followed me to tango, and now does Irish dancing as well. So she's never at home.
So random.
You know, her life was fine before. She's got a nice husband, nice children, but this sort of feeds her own soul. You know, dancing is very good for a sort of. We've all, you know, when you dance in your bedroom and nobody's looking with your hairbrush and you've got ABBA on, it's like that, but in public. You know, and with you're dancing with somebody that you quite like. Don't even, you know, it can be amazing. And that doesn't have to be a sexual thing. Just if you're dancing with somebody and there's a connection, nice bit of music, a nice connection, it's magical.
One of the things I loved about Jane's classes was that it were mainly women. There are a couple of men that go, but basically there's no judgment. There's no judgment. You get to dance.
Afraid of, aren't they?
You're afraid of being judged.
This new place because I don't know what I'm doing and people are going to laugh at me. But it's not like that because you were quite scared when you went the first time. But then afterwards you stuck with it and you got used to it.
There was another benefit that I've had. This might sound a bit weird, but as a writer, that learning steps with your feet helps you with your brain. So you're actually stimulated.
I did a bit of research on this, and they do say it's very good trying new things as well, and like doing things like this. It does actually stimulate your brain, so it's very good. So there you go. That's quite.
Dancing's supposed to later on in life delay Alzheimer's. Dancing.
Really? I didn't know that.
It's scientifically. Like the older generation tend to do sequence dancing, where they do a little sequence over and over, all the same at the same time, and it's proven to delay Alzheimer's. Or
there's something about your mind-body integration that comes through.
I'd like to see a few moves.
We'd love to show you a few moves. Shall we show you the few moves?
Now, let's just be clear. Ingrid only learnt like a little while ago, right? So this was like in 20 minutes. Normally it takes about an hour, you said, people to learn the steps. So I think they're very brave doing this on live TV. And, like, you know,
yes, we're feeling brave. We'll do anything for Chrissy.
They're just going to come in front here. So Peter, maybe you can just talk us through some basic stuff that you teach people.
This is it's the basic step of tango. Then the little twisty bit is called a forward ocho. I won't make Ingrid do that, but when I'll step and twist. I'm out of the light. Let me get
play the music already.
So, like, if I step and twist, I'm stepping forward through a figure of 8. So I've got Ingrid doing a couple of those.
Do you want to come round? Actually, maybe you should come round here. Maybe it's a bit.
I'll come here.
Yeah,
Because
and then you
I
move
need to
over-
go
you
that
move
way.
Okay.
So we just have a come off the carpet. Relax, remember you're fabulous. Ready? I'm going to surprise her now and do that again. We haven't practiced that bit. North theta. And 6, 7. Ta-da! That's not bad for 20 minutes.
No, that's really good. Well done.
Mwah, mwah. Back to the sofa.
So what you should have done was teach me before the show so I could do that
I
as
want,
well.
I'm desperate, I'm coming back.
All right.
I think you should do it.
I could do
I
some
think
dance
you should do it,
moves.
Chrissy.
All right. Oh, the music's gone. Okay, so how did you feel learning that? Just, you know.
How did you feel doing it then?
Oh, it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah,
And I deliberately
enjoyed
did
it.
that bit twice. She's only ever done it once, that little twisty bit.
Yeah.
I threw it in
That's
deliberately.
really
I'm
good.
spiteful or
So
clever or
mean.
something.
But the thing that he was trying to get me to do was not to memorise the steps, but to be led, which frankly is
I
I
noticed
find
the
it hard to
concentration
do.
between you was quite intense, actually.
Would you like to just do a tiny, tiny bit?
Have we got
Go
time?
on, go on. Do
Just,
We
some.
do. Okay,
just
come
the
on.
Do
idea,
some.
just the concept
All right.
that.
Although, look, I have to say,
Darling,
these shoes are
you're
really
fabulous.
like.
You'll
Relax.
be fine.
No, and I
So
can't
let's
stand.
hide your wires. So look at me. There, and put that there.
Yeah.
Put your ankles together, and it's literally just look at me and just copycat. Copy me, go with me.
I'm gonna fall.
No,
You're
just
gonna be
rock
fine.
with me, darling, rock with me. And I'll surprise you with a step and you'll do it correctly. Ta-da!
Oh yeah, it's true.
Ta-da!
Trust him.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
Nice.
Ta-da-ta. So that was
Oh,
high five, sister.
sister.
That's the
Oh, you did the
concept.
twisty things as well. You didn't teach me
I
the
didn't
twisty
know
things.
that takes a bit more than.
All right, okay
I
then.
didn't want to do that to you on live TV, darling.
That was quite cool, actually. It's
See
true.
See what I mean? So
Yeah.
that little rocky bit, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, so you have to, yeah. it's
See,
really
look,
good.
you're
I can
excited.
dance.
Come on the Chrissy B show and
How long
made
have we got, by
Chrissy
the way? Have I
excited.
run out of time? Okay, we've got a couple of minutes. So let's just talk about the boredom factor as well, because sometimes people do get really, really unhappy because, like I said before, they do end up in a rut. They're doing the same thing day in, day out. They go to the same restaurants, for example. They take the same way to work. They just don't ever do anything different. And obviously, when you do that, you're going to get bored with life at the end of the day. Yeah. But I know sometimes people are really like, some people are really addicted to routine. And in some cases, routine is good because, say, for example, I don't know, cleaning a house or whatever, it's good to have a routine. You get things done. You get things done quickly. Yeah. But with some things, routine isn't good.
And you get people that sort of talk themselves out of it. I want to do that. I want to make a change. But, I can't do it this week because I've got this to do.
Yeah.
You've got to set a date. So, say if you wanted to dance, I'd say, right, when are you free for an hour? Put it in your diary. Or say, I'm going to ring up and make an appointment today to do it next week. So set a deadline and do it.
Yeah. You've made
if
a
you're
commitment
nervous
to do
about
it,
it, ring the Chrissy B show, get my number and ring me and I'll persuade you it's a good idea. Yeah. And not just for my business, there's lovely tango places, salsa places all over London. Yeah. You know, I don't need, I've got enough money for now, thank you. I'm not rich, but I'm, you know, contented. I'm not in it for me, but there's all over London, Teddington, there's places you can go. You've just got to pick up the phone and make the appointment.
You like seeing people happy, don't you? Like,
yeah.
That's exactly
it's
why
really rewarding when you see someone that's the most nervous ones, the ones that are most scared of doing it, grow the most. Somebody that's already confident and tried everything and bungee jumped and blah, 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 that's fine. The little timid person that's, I'm really scared of doing this. I had actually my receptionist wanted to dance at her daughter's wedding. And then she confessed after we'd started doing it, I'm doing this because I've never put myself at the centre of attention. in the rehearsal, she had a complete panic attack and I had to hold her down to stop her running off.
Yeah.
When she did it, she literally did a little victory dance for joy
See,
afterwards.
because it does boost your confidence.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think, you know, for everyone at home, I know some of you might say, oh, it's just dancing. It's not the fact of the dance or what it is you're doing. It's the fact that you're doing something new and like, it's building your confidence. But we have run out of time, guys. We're going to go to a quick break. Thank you so much, Peter, Ingrid.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Wonderful.
Thank you for having us.
See you. It's lovely. I had a good laugh with them. And after the break, we'll also be meeting Seema Vaziri, whose jewellery collections have become super successful. And to think that it all just started because of a hobby. So join us after this.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to the Chrissy B Show, where we're speaking all about trying new things and how it can benefit you and make you happier. So on this note, me and Barbara, we went to a different kind of restaurant. As you know, we normally do ladies at lunch and we go and, you know, review different restaurants. So we decided to try something a little bit different this time. Take a look. So we've been speaking about trying new things, and that also includes restaurants as well. So maybe you're stuck in a routine of going to the same type of restaurant in the same areas, and that can get pretty boring, can't it, Barbara?
Yes, it can.
So we are actually at a Spanish restaurant called the Costa Dorada, currently one of the few places in London that actually have regular flamenco dance. So something different is, you know, it's going to be entertaining as well. It's something that you can do if you're bored of the other stuff you're doing.
Yeah, so tapas and then flamenco, I think it's a lovely evening.
So we weren't expecting this much food, were we, Barbs? But the first thing I noticed, chorizo is a pretty common thing that you get in Spanish restaurants. But this one is so soft and tender. It's really lovely. I really enjoyed that. That was something really different. I've never seen live flamenco before. We're seeing it on TV and I thought it was really nice. Did you enjoy it?
It looked like hard work, but very, very talented. Yeah.
Fantastic show. So, you know, it is something different. And if you do want to start trying different things, this is one of the things that you can do as well. And the food was nice as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you feel almost like you went to Spain for the evening, don't you think? Yeah.
So that's something different that me and Barbs did for the new year. What are you going to do? That was really fun, and actually on one of the clips you could see like a big group of people behind us. We got talking to them, and what they actually do is there is a website, there's a guy that runs this website, and basically he organises for complete strangers to meet up and have a meal together. So that whole table at the back, they had never met before. So that's something new as well that people can do. So you can meet new people, you can just, you know, go to different places that you haven't been to before. So, you know, you might meet someone as well, the love of your life, you never know, or you just make some friends. So, you know, there's always possibilities out there to try new things and boost your confidence and not to be in the same sort of boring routine that you're normally in. Well, now it's a great pleasure to introduce my next guest, and that's Seema Vaziri. Hi, Seema.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Now, you've brought on some gorgeous jewellery, because I know you're a jewellery designer and maker. But just before we speak about this, you've actually been through quite a hard time in life, haven't you?
Well, unusual, yes.
Yeah.
More than normal, yes.
So can you tell us about what you went through?
Well, I've been through a lot. I've been through cancer. I've been through very paralyzing illness, which was fibromyalgia, and you know, I came over it. You know, I managed to, you know, I managed to get up and, you know, carry on and make a success of my life. So
yeah. But during the time when you were
Yes.
going through the hard moments, what kept you going?
Hope.
Yeah.
I had hope, and I also I was very. I liked life. I liked doing things in life, and I believed if you have to live, you have to do something. You know, living is not for just, you know, doing nothing and just going into the work, coming home, making money. I was a graphic designer for 25 years. I studied as a MA, BA, and very successful. But suddenly, at the age of 34, I was hit with breast cancer, and that is quite early at any woman's, you know, age at 34. I mean, it is not nice in any age, but when you are young, the last thing you think of being ill and going through chemotherapy and radiation, and which is a long procedure, you know, and it is after that, you know, you always, the guarantee in life is taken from you. You always think about it, you know. It doesn't go away. But I managed to get out of it. It was, I felt very unfeminine because it was a breast cancer. But I decided I'm going to get that femininity back. And what I did actually, I started doing salsa because I wanted to feel feminine. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel what I used to be.
That's lovely,
and it did help me. It did.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very difficult, you know, getting up after 6 months after chemotherapy, going into the floor, learning to dance, and
were you frightened when you first went? Were you quite nervous?
I was nervous because I knew I wasn't like one of those girls that doing dance. You know, I had to push myself, and I think when you push yourself, it's always rewarding. You know, you surprise yourself. You know, and people see you doing things, and they want to help you. You know, and that is another thing. You know, when you want something in life so much, and people around you love to help you. Yeah, you know, and that's,
it's because when they see you actually taking a step to do
exactly.
something, if you don't take that initial step,
exactly,
you're not going to get
all
that
my
support.
girlfriends, they all came with me, you know, and
nice.
you know, all the support they gave me, and I got all my femininity back, I hope.
Yeah. Well, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
So now you said you were doing the graphic design for 25 years. Were you happy doing that? Would you say that was your thing that you loved doing? Or?
I did like it at the beginning, but then it became a job. You know, as you said, it became 9 to 5, deadlines. You know, the creativity was taken for granted. I had to design something which suits somebody, and I was working with a very big clients. You know, I was doing annual reports, and you know, in city and magazines, very famous magazines, but the thing is, and life was going by. And
but did you feel like something, maybe like you weren't sort of doing
exactly.
like you're meant to be doing something else?
Well, it was creative, but not for myself.
Yeah.
It was
you knew
for
something
the
was
client.
missing.
Yes, and I wanted to be creative. I wanted to design things I like to do, not what client wants me to do. And so that was always, I wanted to fine artist, become a fine artist. But you know, I went to graphics for some reasons, and I've taken, you know, hobbies, because I think it's important that apart from 9 to 5 job, you have hobby, something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And
so how did you get into the jewellery making?
It was quite a bit complicated, because when I had a double bereavement, my parents both died of cancer on the same time, year after another. Wow. And I was looking after them in some ways, although being far from them. And suddenly I just found out that I don't, you know, I don't have anybody to look after. I had extra time on my hands. And also I found out because of the, you know, the chemotherapies I had, I couldn't have kids. You know, at the time I was married. And I married after my cancer. And it's, so suddenly I realized, you know, life should be more than just going to work. Yeah. So I thought I brought with myself a lot of culture. I'm a mixture of all sorts of cultures mixed, you know, and then it would be so nice to be able to explore and show what I am about.
You are, yeah.
And I started doing jewelry at the, you know, going to taking evening courses. And then, but the thing is, as soon as I started doing that, I was hit with an illness, which it took 2 years to be diagnosed. That was fibromyalgia, which is neurological problem. It's something that it can really paralyze you. And because they didn't know what was wrong with me, it became chronic. And then during that time, I couldn't move. I had to lie down, just stare at the ceiling, and all day. And I started doing a lot of drawings. I started, the only thing I could do, just draw my ideas.
And is that when you started designing everything?
Yes, I started designing. I have a book.
Wow.
I've got the rest of my life to design those ideas.
Do you know what I think is really like powerful about what Sima's saying here is that for someone to say, like, you know, I've been through so much, you know, the cancer and then, you know, parents dying, a lot of people would give up at that point and just say, you know what, I'm going to give up on life, there's nothing to live for anymore. But she's actually taken that and used that to do something positive. Yeah. And, you know, whereas some people will crumble, I think it depends how you look at things and how you perceive life, because you can turn something that's terrible to something that, you know, let me do something positive in my life. Let me live my life. Let me have fun, you know. Exactly. So let me do something that I want to do. And I think that's really like such a lovely thing that you've done. And it probably gives courage to a lot of people.
I think everybody's got that inside them. But some people, they give up. And I believe if you give up, you know, what's the point of living? You know, I mean, if you live, you might as well live properly to the full. And that's what I did. I mean, I didn't give up. It was very hard. Actually, this was harder than cancer when I went through, because I couldn't move, I couldn't put clothes on, I was completely, and because they didn't know what to give me, they didn't know what was wrong with me. But as soon as they found out it was fibromyalgia, I had injections on my spine, I'm having tons of medication. But it's controlled, you know, now I can do my work. And
but from that you discovered this, well, you had the talent already, but then you decided to go into this.
Well, I was doing jewelry. What happened, my friends started feeling sorry for me. I thought it was. And they kept commissioning me to design jewelry for them. That's how I started. And I started doing bits and pieces. But when they kept coming to me, 2 of them came to me and asked me to design the wedding band. And I thought, no, it's more than that. Yeah. You know, I mean, you don't want to, for pitying, you don't want to wear somebody, you know, your rest of your life wearing a band for.
So they must have had a lot of faith in your work.
They did, and that's actually made me feel strong. Made me feel that maybe I do have something I should explore and make it grow. Definitely. And when 2 people I knew came for their wedding bands to me, and I designed it, and they were so happy with it, then I took my business a little bit more serious. I started creating my collection.
Right. So now we're actually going to go to a quick break now, but you've brought us some lovely pieces here. So we're going to go into that after the break. We're going to have, you know, let's show you this, and because that's actually a story behind each piece, isn't there? And how everything took off for you and how you feel about doing that. So if you'd like to comment at all, you can email on chris@chrissybshow.tv. And if you want more information about all our guests tonight, you can visit chrissybshow.tv. So we're going to go to a quick break, and then afterwards we're going to continue with Sima, and we're going to also be showing you another video of something that we did, or something that Barbara and I did again, that was completely different and adventurous. So join us then.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. Now, before we continue talking to Sima, take a look at this video of something that Barbara and I did that was something completely different, really out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to talk to you about how I felt after I'd done it as well. So take a look.
On your butt! On your butt!
Hi Hi everyone, we're outside the Lee Valley Whitewater Centre, ready for some whitewater rafting, aren't we, Barbs?
Yeah, and it's quite cold and I'm pretty scared. How are you feeling?
I'm alright actually. I don't know how I'm going to feel once we get in there, but let's go in there and check it out.
You guys are where you make off start.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alright. Various places. Yeah. So use it. Still trying to pull someone in. All you want to do is put your arms like this. Now you stand up. So you pop up, you open your eyes, you go feet up. Push the boat away. So you pop up, you open your eyes. Down, ladies, follow me down. There you are. Big jump on your back, go, go, go. Okay, wait there a bit. Warm, isn't it? On your back! Get your feet, put your head back, put your head back, put your head back.
I'm here with Callum, who's the assistant manager at the Lee Valley Whitewater Centre, and I've just been on the raft and it's been an amazing experience. Really scary at first, but then you get into it and you kind of want to fall in after a while. But let's just find out a bit more about this place. So Callum, how long has this actually been here? Because I didn't know about it before.
We've actually been here a couple of years now. So we were initially built with the Olympic Games in mind. We've done the Olympic Games and we've now opened up as the first Olympic venue open to the public following the Games. And yeah, Britain came away with 2 Olympic silvers and 2 Olympic golds.
So can anyone come and use this centre?
So you need to be 14 years and over to go whitewater rafting. We've also got a legacy whitewater course, which is slightly tamer whitewater, but still an exciting ride. And for that you have to be 11 years and older. And obviously we've got the lake as well, where we can do canoeing and kayaking, and people from 8 years and up can use that.
Even though it is a bit scary, but you do feel really safe at the same time because you've got the people helping out and the training beforehand.
Yeah, I mean the water is fairly big, grade 4 whitewater. We've got 13,000 litres of water a second going through the pumps, which is enough to fill 75 of your standard bathtubs a second with water.
So Callum, if people want more information to book, what's the website address?
They can go to www.visitleevalley.org.uk, or alternatively they can look for our phone number and get in touch.
Thanks very much, Callum. So if you do want something more adventurous, if you want to have some great fun, do check this place out. Absolutely knackered. That was really, really good. Can't believe Barbara abandoned me in there. But apart from that, it was really good. So apart from being great fun, that really gave me a good boost of confidence as well, because it was something scary and something new for me. But the fact that I, stuck with it, it really like boosted my confidence. It gave me a real sense of achievement. It's something that, I couldn't wait to go home and tell my husband all about as well. So I can even give you stuff to talk about as well. So trying new things, you can discover new hobbies, you can discover new career paths as well. And you never know until you take that first step. So try to do something new, even if it's just a small change, a different place that, you go to eat, for example, or maybe a new hobby that you'll try. Just try something new and see how you're going to feel about it. And you can let me know as well, chris@chrissybisha.tv. So back to Seema now, because we want to talk about this lovely jewellery. So can you talk us through this, Seema?
Yes, sure. Originally, when I did the show, I had a British Museum buyer buying my entire jewelry at the time for the Afghanistan exhibition, which was quite a success. And
so the entire collection was...
Well, I didn't have much at the time, so they liked all my jewelry because all of them were based on that part of that region, and it was one of the biggest exhibitions.
How did you feel when they
when
took such
I
an interest
couldn't believe
in
it
your
when
work?
I saw the card and I thought, oh my God! And then when I actually went there, they really liked my work, and apparently it sold quite well, because I don't know what. I think people people felt very sentimental about that part. The exhibition was fantastic. It was such a success, which it continued more than the time. And at the same time, people really liked my jewelry, so they kept buying it, and I kept getting orders. And it's up to today is still very popular. So they kept those.
So they've kept on.
They kept
the
as a
line
core
going.
range.
Wow.
Yes. So some of them are
That's
actually.
fantastic, isn't it?
It
really
is.
great.
I mean, it is such a honor being there, and especially, it's a British museum. It's not like any other museums. It's just and being there and being a having my jewelry being there, and having people liking it, and coming, and people buying it from around the world. They've been calling me when it was out of stock, and I kept saying, well, it's nothing to do with me, you should go to them. It was quite exciting, And then they liked it so much, then they asked me to do the next show. They briefed me for a Hajj collection. There was a big exhibition coming about, Hajj in Saudi Arabia. So I designed the entire collection, which these are
talk us through some of these.
Yes,
things.
This
gorgeous,
is
by the way.
these,
love you.
none of them are religious, but they are based on that part of the world, but very positive. For example, this was part of the Afghanistan show. This is based on Persian carpets or Afghan carpets, the patterns, and there is a coin here which has got a poetry of a very famous poet, which talks about love. And also, for example, this range, which was quite a bestseller, which I have in lapis.
Can you see these ones? Yeah.
Carnelians, yes. These are burnt agates, and this is lapis. Yeah. And they have got there is a bead here, which I've actually written poetry of hope and inside. And the reason I did that is based on praying beads, and people used to pray with the beads, and one of them was different in order to know that how many they counted. And I thought it was such a lovely thing, because people usually pray for good things, So I based
It's not just like a design, is it? It's something, there's a story behind each thing. You're trying to pass something positive about it.
So that's why I did that. And the same thing with the Persian carpet. People from that region, they live on Persian carpet every day. They look at the pattern. When they think, they look at them. It's just it's part of your life. And it's such a beautiful patterns that it would be pity not to take it, and make it into a jewelry. And same thing with these ones were to do with a Kaaba, which has got from north, south, west. It tells a story. And also these ones are part of Shakespeare exhibition, which ended during Olympic. It was during Olympic at the British Museum, and it ended, and it's based on some of the plays, and also the ruff of the Queen Elizabeth and Shakespeare, and also.
That's so creative. It's like, thank you.
And this one as well. It's got a writing of a few of the Shakespeare plays around it, and.
Do people know when they look at these items? Do they know the story behind it?
Yes, because they are sold, some of them online, and they have my name with the explanation of what it is. And also on my website, each of them, there is explanation of what the story comes from, what is it based on, and what is the poetry is about. And so, you know, that's how my jewelry is I'm picking up all these small positive things in life and or a story and make it into a jewelry. So it's people feel very personal, you know, about what they're wearing, and I think it's important.
It's just nice to have some thought behind what you're wearing, because normally you just sort of grab any necklace and just stick it on and just like not think about it. But when there's a story behind it and there's a meaning, it's really lovely. Sima, where do you think you would be if you hadn't gone into this? What do you think you'd be doing now?
I would have been doing something. I mean, it may not be, you know, because I'm thinking about maybe doing some pottery later, and I want to be creative, so I think I would have done something creative.
Does this make you happy doing
Very
this?
happy, because you work so hard, and then suddenly when you do the last polishing, and then there is beautiful shiny object in your hand, and the good thing is people relate to it. I mean, graphic design, some people used to think it's a traffic, but people don't relate to it. It's something that some people even ask me, what is graphic design? But with jewelry, everybody wears jewelry, and they feel very emotional about it. You know, husbands, you know, parents, mothers, sons, that buy jewelry for each other. And because you actually wear it against your body, it's a very personal thing. So people understand it more, what you do, more than anything else I did, I guess.
I think it's amazing what you've done and how, you know, how far you've come as well. Now, you've got plans for the future, which you're not going to talk about today, are you? But you have some big plans for it, so you're not just stopping here, are you?
I'm having
you're
a few shows, and which, if you go to my website, you will I will update it there. And I have a lot of shows coming, which is very soon, actually. One of them is in February. Yes.
Okay. So, Sima, for those people that are watching now, that maybe they are going through, like, maybe bad health at the moment, and they're not feeling very positive about themselves, about their future. Maybe they don't feel like they have anything to offer anyone, perhaps, or they feel that they can't be happy. What would you say to them?
I would say that look at it like you're in a dark tunnel, and there is a light at the end of it, and you have no choice. You have absolutely no choice. You can't just sit there. You have to go, you know, and just go. Then go and get into the light. You know, it will change. From my life experience, I'm not that young, but I know, but it is through life experience, I noticed that life changes. The sadness, happiness doesn't always stay the same. So if you don't move, things happens around you, but you know.
It's very true, because you know, some people will stay stuck in a rut for years sometimes, you know, days, years, you know, something happens and they just feel like they can't move. And even if you're not actually going through any problems, but your life just seems stuck, if you don't do anything different, if you don't change anything, nothing will change for you. Because sometimes people they're hoping for something to happen, they're hoping for something to take place in their life, or so a bit of good luck will happen, without doing anything. It doesn't come like that. Maybe once in a blue moon someone will get lucky with something, but you make your own luck, you make your own destiny. If you don't move, if you don't try something different, nothing different's going to happen for you.
That's true.
And like I said, you don't have to do like anything major. Why don't you just start off with small things, small steps?
Very
like
small.
You know, just go to a class, to try some jewelry making or something that maybe you're interested in. And actually, sometimes you don't know what you're good at until you just try different things. I remember watching a program, Sima. I can't remember the name of the show. I think it was on ITV. Where they had like a group of people. They just picked random people from the public, and then they put them through all these tests, and they've discovered that these people had talents in certain things. And there was one lady, I think she was a mum, and she was doing some kind of office job, and she discovered that she had this capacity for really good lungs for deep sea diving. And then they were testing her. They couldn't believe how much she could hold her breath. Now, how was she going to discover that if no one had sort of come and try this? But that's what I mean. You step on things, that you come across things that maybe you wouldn't have known.
That's right, because when you do something, people pay you attention. If you don't do nothing, nobody just walk by you like an object. But when you do something, you're creating some will inside the people around you that they want to actually help you to get doing things. And through the cancer time, I've learned that take one day at a time. If you know, that is the way I picked myself up. I didn't think about a month ahead, week ahead. I thought about 1 hour ahead. And that's how you pick it up. For people who it is difficult, because it is very difficult. But that's how I managed to get my life back together.
It's brilliant. You're a real inspiration.
Thank you
so much for joining us on the show
Thank
today.
you very much.
Good luck with everything.
Thanks.
With all the exhibitions and the things that you've got planned as well.
Thank
and
you.
if you do want more information about Seema, everything's up on the website chrissybshow.tv. So there you have it. We have ended the show for today. So I hope you got something out of it. And just to say as well, with myself, I mean, as you know, I've spoken on this program before about having depression and panic attacks and stuff. If I hadn't tried anything different, I may not have be where I am today, basically cured from it. So, I tried different things. I tried to get help in different places. And it was then that I came across something that really helped me, which was the spiritual side of things as well. So that's what brought me out of my depression. Now, if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't tried something new, if I hadn't searched for something, for some kind of help, I wouldn't have found that, and I'm sure I wouldn't be here doing a TV show, because I was so depressed before and I couldn't even do basic things. So, it helps with all sorts of things. So maybe you're going through problems as well, you're not sure what to do. Why don't you try looking for help, try asking around. You can contact me as well, chris@chrissybshow.tv, and I can help you with that as well. So but the main thing is, don't stay where you are. Unless you're really happy where you are. Obviously you have an exciting life and you love it. But otherwise, if you're feeling sort of a bit dejected, a bit bored, a bit down, start doing different things, and I'm sure things will change for you. And on Friday we'll also be talking about new looks for 2013, and we'll leave you with this outtake. Now, trying new things as well can lead you to have a lot of laughs, so do take a look at this and join us again on Friday. Thanks again to all my guests tonight. I've had a fabulous time, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye. I suppose we were actually talking to someone inside, weren't we, that they were from So there was a gentleman.
Wait.
Barbs, there was a gentleman.
Wait, Barbara, you look. Right, okay. Okay, but you're moving. Right.
Please do come along and visit this place. It's great because you really get. And guys, if you do want something more adventurous, if you want to have some really fun time, so what else can I ask?
They can visit. They can go to visitleevalley.org.uk where they can.
3.
Sorry.
You've been through just way too much today, Chris. 3. I'll tell you what, we'll give it.
Don't. I'm gonna be worse.
All right.
Okay.
3.